Let's roll it, girls.
Hey there, welcome to this episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We're your rock and roll guides, Victory
and Skylar,
ready to take you on a pink hue journey through the Elvis's life and music.
But hey, quick heads up, we're not experts, just Elvis-loving gals having a blast in the Pink Cadillac.
Our info might have a funky beat, but it's all about the fun, not the perfection.
Picture us dancing in the back seat, sharing Elvis tales, interviews, and good vibes.
Join our sisterhood of fans, share your Elvis stories, and let's roll together.
So buckle up, because with Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, every journey is an adventure. Hi, guys.
Good morning. Hello. What's up?
Good morning, as it's like afternoon for you.
I know. Well, I'm just going to say good morning or good afternoon or good night or whenever you guys are listening to this. I have no idea.
But guys, welcome back to Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We have a very special guest today that clearly no one was expecting because everyone was freaking out.
I don't even think we were expecting it when we announced it. Whenever I put Ruby out there, I was just like, oh, this is actually happening because I made the decal and I was decorating it and I was like writing her name out and I was like, okay, Ruby's coming on the podcast. Hello.
This one's like so special just because we have not talked to anyone that had anything to do with the Elvis movie yet. And clearly, like, the Elvis movie is the reason that Victory and I are here. Yeah. The reason that Victory and I even like Elvis, that we even have a Elvis podcast. So it's like huge that we are getting the chance to even speak to someone that had anything to do with the Elvis movie. Like, yeah.
It's wild to me. First off, the way she photographed Austin and the cast within the movie is so enchanting. It looks like unearthly. Like, it looks like a different dimension, like a heavenly dimension. You know what I mean?
I
agree.
It's
also giving the old Hollywood glow, but with color, which I adore. I want to ask her about her artistic ability and what made her go with that type of styling and editing, but I enjoy it.
I enjoy it too. I think we all like I could just remember last summer, like when she started releasing some of the stills, and like I'm just thinking of like the first like makeup and hair testing shoots of Austin, and like he just looked, oh my god, he just looked so good. Yeah, he was glowing.
Like just the aura around him was showing in the photos, and I love how she enhanced that. Oh my gosh, Ruby, well done.
Well done.
Well done, Ruby.
So yeah, we're excited to like literally get all the tea on the Elvis movie with her and like what her experience was, and she is really cool. Like, if you guys don't know who Ruby is, you need to go on Instagram and type in Ruby Bell and look at the photos that she's taken. And just like, she even posted a video recently, and it's of Austin doing If I Can Dream, and you can see that the floor is like mirroring like Austin.
Glowing.
It's like a reflection.
I just don't understand. The set is glowing all the time.
It is the coolest freaking video I've ever seen, and we are going to get the tea on if she's going to release anything else, because I know everyone wants more photos. I see the comments.
We're so excited. We had so many fan questions, and you guys were kind of asking all the similar questions, so we had to narrow them down to some less mimicking questions, because if we went here and be like, so what was it like to work with Austin? So what was it like to breathe the same air as everyone? So like we had to narrow it down. We got so many questions, so we had to choose the ones that were gonna hit the punch for everyone.
Yeah, 1000%. So before we get into Ruby, which she's gonna come on in a couple minutes, we want to talk about first. If you didn't know, guys, we have a merch shop.
Yeah, you guys, we handpick and design everything in that merch shop. That is not just something we copy and paste. We go through, and our little artistic ability,
we try,
and we design merch, sweatshirts, t-shirts, phone cases are the biggest seller right now. We have blankets, stickers, bumper stickers.
We have like car decals, like literally everything.
Let your town know that like you love Elvis.
Yes, exactly. Our biggest thing right now is we did make Halloween Elvis phone
Uh-huh.
cases, and one of the designs is on like shirts and crew necks as well. We are gonna do more holiday drops, so we're gonna
Yeah,
do a Christmas drop as well, and that's gonna come out like super early, so you guys have time to get
November.
it. Yeah, it's
Put it
gonna
on
come
your
out in
Christmas
November.
list
Yeah.
or buy it for yourself for Christmas. I don't know,
Hmm.
whatever you're feeling, rep it for the holidays.
Yeah.
Dude, like send us photos, tag us when you do purchase it.
Or
Because we
get it.
love
Yeah.
sharing it and we love seeing
Yeah.
you guys repping everything.
We do. And it's in the link in our bio at Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs on Instagram. It's called the Pink Cadillac Shop. It's a printify shop. So click on there and we hope you like the designs. We just
Yeah.
never talked about it, so we kind of wanted
No.
to mention it.
So please go check it out. A lot of people are wondering how to gain access from our Instagram page. So if you go right under our bio, it's gonna have like this little link tree thing. Click on it, and it's gonna pop up Spotify, our Facebook page, our YouTube, and our Printify shop. So that's the
Yes.
easiest way to access it is through our Instagram.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me, guys. Our YouTube is fully updated now. I know we were a little behind on them, but literally every single episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs is now on YouTube. I think
Please
our
go
YouTube
watch.
is just Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. So go if you want to see the video, you don't have
Yeah.
Spotify, go on YouTube and watch them there. They're all there for you. Yeah,
Alive
that
and well. We were
live.
just the month of September was busy, so we were trying to keep up with editing and
Yeah.
we are still a little behind on Vegas, but don't worry you guys. We are going to get that up and posted
Hmm.
soon. So,
Hmm.
moving out of all of this, Skylar, I have a question for you.
Yes, what is your question?
Can you guess? What is your favorite croissant? Chocolate or like buttered croissant?
Oh my God. I am not really a croissant girly, to be honest.
Scone? Blueberry muffin? Oh, what? No, hold on. Okay, so
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
when Skylar came to visit me, and she literally, I spit something. I don't know what I was so excited about this. I was so excited about the blueberry muffin, and Homegirl pulls out the blueberry muffins, and she's like, I'll eat around the blueberries. I just love the moisture of a blueberry muffin without
Not
the
the
blueberries.
moisture. Listen, guys, I don't really like literal blueberries. Like I just don't like them. I like blueberry flavoring is like fine, but just the actual texture. And so, but the dough of a blueberry muffin is so
It's
good.
moist. You can't
It,
tell me it's not
I mean,
moist.
yeah, it's moist.
No,
And
it's
so
moist.
what I do is I always just like eat around the blueberries. And I just like if I could just get a muffin that is just the base of a blueberry muffin, like give it to me. And that's
Okay,
on period.
fine. So,
I knew
no, that was not the
ex-
question. I was trying to literally throw you off. But what is your Elvis fixation of the week? You said croissant?
I so wait, I do want to put it out there. Croissants are good. I just don't get them.
I
I'm not
love
a
it. Like
croissant
heated
hater.
up croissant with some nice coffee. Like
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
croissant.
so sorry. My Elvis fixation of the week is Elvis and like Priscilla and baby Lisa. Lisa was like one in this on the morning of Christmas in 1968. There's something about Elvis on that day. Someone posted a video recently and they had a clip of Elvis in there from that morning. And I deep dived. I was like, he looks so good. Like, I need to know
Yeah.
where that clip is from. And I was pretty sure it was from Christmas morning. So I like went on YouTube and I was like doing my little research. I don't know
There's
what was in the air.
the year of 68 for Elvis hit
68.
different. I like
Yeah.
there's something about that comeback and just the rest of the year, like that was
Yeah.
just that man was smoking.
Smoking, literally smoking.
Smoking.
And that was like the year that like Vernon was like dressed as Santa and like
Yeah.
baby Lisa is so cute. Her little legs are like kicking. I was like, oh, she's the cutest little baby. But I don't know, like it was like the way his hair was too. It was like kind of like
Yeah.
spiky. Like it wasn't like fully like combed back and like the sideburns were like chiseled. Oh my God. I was
Yeah.
like,
He was put together.
he
I
was
want
put
to say
together.
he was put together.
And I say Christmas morning, but we all know Elvis. It was probably like afternoon for
Christmas
him.
night. Or Christmas Eve, like who knows really? Like
Exactly. So yeah, that's my fixation. Live, laugh, love Elvis in 68. What is your fixation,
I
Victory?
know. Okay, so Skylar and I kind of talked about this earlier, but if you guys know, I love makeup. I love everything vintage, and I love specifically Priscilla's makeup from that time era. She's iconic for her looks with Elvis, and she's known for being such an icon to the world of fashion and makeup and all things beauty. And with the new Priscilla movie coming out, they did a collaboration with a brand called Half Magic. By the way, this is not sponsored. I went out of my way to purchase this. Setting aside how everyone feels about the movie and Priscilla, you guys can shut it. I'm going to go ahead and share.
Victory said, I don't want to hear about it. Let me show you my makeup.
I'm gonna show you my makeup. Because in all honesty though, you guys, we like to bring this up as a disclaimer because I know with the movie coming out, we love all the girlfriends. Anyone that Elvis loved here on the podcast, we are gonna treat them with the most up respect and love them as well. I know people have opinions about everyone in Elvis's life, narrowed down to the Memphis Mafia and everyone that he worked with in Colonel.
Yeah.
And we are just a very
very neutral.
grounded, very neutral. And so we like to share things, even if it was Linda that put out makeup, one of like June, anyone that put out
Ginger,
makeup,
literally,
anyone, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share. I have the Priscilla makeup here. If you guys saw, it came out with the mascara and eyeliner and this cute little like weird wing, I don't know. Yeah. We're gonna undo a boxing because I don't understand.
Like a wing shape. Yeah. I thought they also released a palette too, and I was sad that they didn't.
I was like, I would have loved a palette. A Priscilla palette. Can you imagine like the names of the palette? Like what would have been the
my god, that would have been so cute.
So firsthand, this is me opening it. So it came out with this cute little, look at that. It's like a little lime green. This is a very 60s green.
Yeah,
if you guys are watching, this is a very 60s green. I think this is the eyeliner. Yeah. Magic Flick Half Magic eyeliner. And I think they said something. So it's like
that's interesting,
right? Because they wanted you to be able to get the corner of your eye like she has the wing easier.
No, I love that. No, I'm not kidding. If you like this, I'm probably gonna get that because it's so hard to create the little line, the connecting in the inner corner.
Nice. And I actually like the color. I'm not a big green girly, but like I really enjoy this color. Also, we have a mascara in here. You guys should be watching this section. Look how cute this is. It's a little vintage, has like the vintage sparkles of our brand. Electric. We're gonna do an opening. Oh, slay. Okay.
It's giving like telescopic. Like is it L'Oreal telescopic?
ASMR. Like
I wonder. I thought you were gonna do it. I was like, I wonder how good it is because you know how some mascaras are just like bad. Like
I can do a makeup tutorial with this.
Please do it on TikTok. People want to see.
And okay, here's the thing that we've all been talking about. It's like a little diamond, same electric green as the eyeliner, but I guess this is like what's supposed to help you with the wings. It's flabby. Like the edges are flabby.
Interesting.
But the middle's like hard. You guys, you got to be watching this.
I'm just trying to picture how that even creates like
maybe like this.
That's a high wing though. That's a high wing.
Lifted. Her wing was lifted. Or you can do more like that's high, but I guess like maybe like if you want more.
Okay, that makes more sense to me right there.
Yeah. Because that matches my wing actually like perfectly that I have on right now. I'm interested in how all of this is gonna go together.
I know, guys, watch for when Victory makes a TikTok video on it.
I will post a makeup tutorial though, using all the. But this is my fixation. I love makeup, so this is really cool to have something Elvis inspired during that time era to use.
I saw that, and I thought that was really cool because a lot of people like to recreate Priscilla's makeup. A lot of people do. Yeah. Like it's not uncommon. No. It gives very 60s. Like it's that.
It does.
It's that traditional 60s.
And especially her wedding day makeup, and I think the one where they're the day they came home from the hospital with Lisa, that one in the pink dress is also like recreated a bunch. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that. That's really cool. That was a really good marketing and branding tactic. It got me, so I'm sure
it got her. And I think that's the same company that does like the Euphoria makeup too. I remember seeing hearing that name. Okay. I think. So it makes sense like why they did that to me because they did the same thing with Euphoria, like all the glitter and stuff. They sold that as well. So
I'm excited to see it. If you purchase it, let me know how it goes, guys.
Yeah, let us know. Well, thank you for sharing, Victory.
You're welcome.
Those are our fixations of the week, guys. Trying to be better with it. We say that every week.
I know. I feel like we always forget. But you guys, we are so excited. The next guest, Ruby, she is not only a photographer, but she is a director as well.
Yeah, a director and a writer.
She is a multi-talented queen. Like
She has directed some of her own
Yeah.
films. Even her photos are in Prada and Vogue. Like, love. Slay.
You guys, she's so talented. So without further ado, we are so honored to have Ruby Bell on the podcast.
Welcome, Ruby, to Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hello. May I say, your hair color is beautiful. Like, it's
Oh.
ruby red. Like, literally, it matches, like, your name.
It's fake, it's dyed. I'm brunette, as you can
Oh my
tell from
God.
my eyebrows.
I did the same thing, too. I dyed my hair red for the longest time, and I'm an ultra brunette, so I feel that.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us go through like a red phase because of Ariel in a way. Like, I know when I dyed my hair red, I was like, I want to be like Ariel.
Yeah, that was my favorite Disney princess growing up.
Yes, same, girl, same. Okay,
I
guys,
think I'm
well,
gonna go super dark brunette next. I went through blonde and white, and
Okay.
it's sort of just fun to.
Oh, no, I mean, like, you have hair. Might as well change it. You know what
I
I mean?
know.
Yeah.
And no one will remember if it looks terrible.
we will say that both of our hair is black because of Elvis, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just kind of happened. I was like, I'm gonna go do like a dark brown, and then like 2 weeks ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go jet black. And my hairstylist was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Just do it." She's like, "There's no
Oh,
going back." And I was like,
It
"Okay."
suits both of you so well.
Thank you
Well,
so
the red
much.
suits you so well. I thought
Yeah.
you were a natural ginger. So
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, guys, we have Ruby here, and we know you guys are just as excited as we are, and we are gonna get to know Ruby a little bit. Like, not only like do we know her from the Elvis movie, but Ruby is a director and a writer, and she has photography, does all these cool things. So, Ruby, how did you get your start in all of this? Like, what is your journey?
I did photography in school. Obviously, my mom is sort of photography based as well, so she wasn't as big like at the school events taking out the camera. So my dad sort of, I guess, overcompensated with that and used to be like the photographer at like the school carnivals and everything. So now we have all these really sweet photos of all of my friends from back then. And then I started doing it too, like bringing cameras out to hang out with friends. And now I think I'm getting a little bit of both worlds. So I bring disposables out now. So I'm not doing like photo shoots when I'm trying to hang out with people. And then for work, I do actual like full on productions.
That's so cool. I love the disposable too, because like disposables are so fun.
they're
Like,
coming
Yeah.
back.
they
It's like
are.
almost
Yeah.
a trend now. Like the whole app Laps where you can take pictures that look like disposables. I'm a huge fan of. Like,
Yeah. And I think people get excited to be in disposable photos. And when you get the prints back, it kind of reads because you only get one shot and people are sort of like
Yeah.
excited that you chose to have it of them. So those photos I feel like are always really sweet and have a good energy to them versus like an iPhone shot.
Yes.
I
And I love
agree.
like the graininess and like the vintage
Yeah.
vibe to it as well because it's so true. Like it's not you're not putting a filter over it. Like it literally is from
Yeah.
the camera itself. So I love that. What is something that inspires your photography and what is something that you're most excited to shoot?
Oh, I have a degree in fashion media. Like I really like uh stylization and art direction. So I like going on shoots like I guess Elvis is like that too, where it's so there's so much care goes into creating the visuals that it was fun to kind of hunt around and take photos. I love going through people's Instagrams. I always like screenshot pages, and when like I'm about to go to a shoot, I'll look through another photographer's work. So it sort of inspires me to find like kind of pushes me a little bit to find more interesting framing. I'll be like, that's such an interesting boost of colors. So I think Instagram, Tumblr when I was like younger in high school, I used to really like as well.
Yes.
Now I feel like it's not as like active anymore, but I still
Mhm.
like check it out because I feel like they have nice taste. But yeah, definitely people's Instagrams. I feel like that's like a really fun way to find inspiration, see what people are doing and everything.
1,000%. And I think we need to bring Tumblr back, first of all. Like those are the
Yeah,
days.
it was cool.
Yeah, it was. Did you ever have a Tumblr victory?
No, I had like I feel like Pinterest is like the new Tumblr though in a way.
It
Okay,
is.
No,
that's very true. That's
that's what
very
I was
true.
on. Pinterest. I was
Yeah.
a Pinterest girly, not a Tumblr girly.
I feel like if I ever need inspiration for anything, I actually go on Pinterest. Like if
Oh
it's a
yeah.
Yeah.
nail design or like trying to find pictures of Elvis, finding retro backgrounds, like I'm always on Pinterest, like trying to filter through stuff. I love it. Okay. So we're gonna start talking about Elvis a little bit. And when was the first time that you even heard about the Elvis project?
Oh, maybe like 2019, I think. It was my last year of college. And I could have gone on to do like another year, but they were shooting in Australia. I was in Europe for college, and it just seemed like such a fun project because they were only hiring Australians to like work locally, and I
Mhm.
could work locally there. So I signed up to do like a really menial data wrangling job, and how I ended up doing photography on it was kind of by accident because they got given Leica cameras, which are manual. So I was helping in the hair and makeup tests,
Yes.
work the cameras, and then the director liked the photos, so he asked me to shoot the hair and makeup tests. And then there was a few of us on set shooting. Usually there's at least two of us. Hugh and I were, I think Elsa, like every day. Hugh was there nearly every day. We had to quarantine
Mhm.
uh, just because of the rules of the year we were shooting. Uh, so that was how I initially started shooting while they were shooting. And then Hugh said we take really different photos and we should both shoot. So we were a nice little team. We'd be like, there's cranes swooping and everything. We were like, there's a good spot here. And he tended to shoot quite wide. So I tried to shoot quite close and do a little more portraiture, just so we weren't like, not that it mattered, but just so we weren't having the exact same shots. Uh, so it was fun, and it was like a nice little, everything felt natural, the flow of how I ended up everywhere. And then I'd come home and do my other job. I was doing like four jobs on it.
Oh my God. That's so you were working so many different jobs plus Elvis. Like, and Elvis is a
It was
huge.
all on, yeah, it was all part of the movie. Like it
Okay.
was just like me filing things and keeping records of stuff. That was like what I was actually uh, signed up to do, and I was just like doing this on the side. But it was so much fun. So
And let me say, I remember when you started releasing those hair and makeup test photos. Oh my God. Like, it was just, and I feel like I speak for literally every single Elvis fan. Like, seeing the background and just like seeing how it like came to life through your photos is like the most amazing thing. Like, it is so special to just get a little like peek into what happened on set. So, thank you for portraying that so well.
yeah, because they were sort of intimate little, like there wasn't very many people there.
Yeah.
And it was before we actually started working. And because I was shooting the hair and makeup test and the costume test, I think the actors were sort of a little more familiar with me once we got on set, that they would, they were a little, it
Yeah.
wasn't like, who is this? It's coming up to me.
Yeah. What was like your initial reaction when you first found out about the project? Had you ever like been an Elvis fan before? Like, did you know much about Elvis at all?
I didn't know as much. I kind of knew him from like his 70s era,
Mhm.
like sort of the iconic silhouette. And I knew he was like cool, and obviously it's like probably the biggest pop star ever. Um, so I knew like of him, and then as we started getting into it and doing research and pulling up all the old photos of him, because we matched so many of the original
Yes.
photos of young Elvis,
Yeah.
like pretty closely, I have to say.
Mhm.
Um, it got really fun, and I started seeing, like, even now I see like little TikToks pop up of young Elvis, and you're like, oh yeah, of course he became super famous. Like he's so like enamoring, and it's so easy to get pulled into that whole world that the rest of the world got pulled into as well.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like you became like a little bit more of a fan since the movie?
Yeah, and now I feel like I've been to the concerts per se.
Yeah.
I know not really, but it was totally like that.
Like, I can't even imagine. That is the coolest thing that you just got to see it like all unravel in front of you. Like you pretty much were at an Elvis concert. Like
Yeah.
it was real. Like
Yeah, and they'd perform all day. They'd do it in like a take. It was all built to scale so it actually felt like you were there and everything. So yeah, it really was just, it was like they were long days, but it was fun because it was like being at a concert, and a good concert.
1000%.
You guys were basically taken back into a time of like a different time era and experiencing like the modern world and then going to work and being like in a totally different time era. How did that feel and what was it like to experience that realm every day?
It was it was like a ride, I feel like, and everyone was on the same ride, and it was very much like an extended Memphis Mafia where, you're with these people for so long, for months and for hours a day that it is kind of like a little crew, and you are in a bubble that's set in a different world, and everyone's humming the songs between takes, even like the ones that aren't as catchy or whatever. It's just like everyone's sort of in the zone for it. So it's really fun.
It's really cool to think about that too, and just seeing all the costumes come to life and the replicas and like everything being like brought up out of nothing was probably mind-blowing to witness. And
Yeah.
photograph. Like I mean, I can only imagine like what you were seeing behind like through your lens.
Yeah, I went to most of the tests for hair and makeup and costume and the set builds as well, just to shoot like behind the scenes video, or uh, if they were like testing what the colors looked like next to each other or something. So it was cool to be privy to the build.
Mhm.
Did you ever get to see like the Graceland in person that they made?
The
The
exterior
set.
set,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was like in somewhere rural in
Hmm.
Queensland. Yeah, we got to go to that, and then the interior was at a different location.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
I know,
it was
right?
fun.
And like the town strip, didn't they build up like a whole town strip to recreate like the Memphis downtown,
Yeah, that was
Middle
fun as well.
Street?
That was a big night, but Basran's a fun set. Like he's playing music, so even when it's like 4 in the morning and everyone's half asleep, but you're still like kind of vibing a little
Oh,
bit.
you were really on Elvis time at that point, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
So when you were on set, when did you get the feeling that this project was going to affect people like it did?
That's such a good question. I feel like we were all being so affected by it and so having so much fun that once you leave a project, it's almost like it's out of your hands how people are going to perceive it and receive it. And I think the thing that was really important was people that were fans of real Elvis were fans of the movie, because that's obviously who the movie is in a way, like that they're the ones that are going
Yeah.
to call it out for not being, I don't know how
Yeah.
to put that in words, but uh, that was definitely like a target audience in mind, as well as making it feel really cool. Like even you see the extras in the background, like they were all dressed like characters, and they didn't seem like your grandparents younger. They seemed like cool kids that were into like a cool thing. So it was
Yeah.
you do buy into it. And I think everyone could tell it was going to be really fun and big, and everyone had a lot of confidence in what was being recorded and portrayed.
It's so wild because like you said, after it's released, it's out of your hands at that point. And
Yeah.
seeing how Elvis was taken by the world, did you expect such a positive feedback with so many new fans and people loving the film as much as they did?
I feel like yes and no. I feel like we were saying before, he's such a phenomenon, like a cultural phenomenon, and there's so much love surrounding the fan base and the community that already existed, and to see it blow up in a new generation and so nice. Like I was saying, it seems like a little friend group. Everyone's like so receptive and
Yeah.
so communicative of everyone that made the film, even outside of the film. Like it's so nice. People engage with my other work and engage with the other filmmakers' other work. Like it is a nice, supportive fan base. I feel like lucky to have been a part of something that had such a big positive reaction, because it would have been nice to have a small positive reaction as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. The movie really like changed a lot of people's lives, which is it's crazy to think how like what we say this all the time. One decision to go see a film one night literally changed everything for a lot of the new fans. Like Victory and I like have talked about this before, but like obviously we both knew who Elvis was before the movie. Like everyone knows who Elvis was. You know his songs. And like one night we were just like we didn't even know each other before this podcast, by the way. We
Oh,
met off
really?
TikTok. Yeah, off TikTok because we loved Elvis. And because Victory's in Florida and I'm in Arizona. So we live
Right.
opposite of the country. But just one night, like we just decided to go see the film and it was magic, like legit magic happened on the nights that we did that. And ever since then, it has been a ride of Elvis and Austin and Baz. And like you said, like people become fans of like other people's work now. Like
Mhm.
obviously a lot of people know Baz from his other movies like Moulin Rouge, Great Gatsby, like all that stuff, but like they become supportive of like what everyone else on the film that was working on
Yep.
the film is doing, which is like that's like another reason I just love this this community so much.
Yeah, it's so lovely. I feel very honored that I have like a small share in that.
Well, people love you, Ruby. Like, they love your photos. They love who you are. Like, not just a small share. You had a huge impact. What was it like
Aw.
seeing your photos published everywhere? Were you taken back?
Yeah, it was really cool. The first release, I think the first photo they released from the film was on my birthday, and they accidentally credited someone else for it. It was in Vogue. So I had to like scramble and be like, oh wait, that's my photo. And then it was like a fun little like birthday present to have something like published in Vogue.
Yeah.
And they fixed it and everything. I guess it was just because it was like 100,000 photos and all the files got mixed up or something. Um, but yeah, it's so cool to like spot them too, because you sort of hand them off and they can do what they want with it. So it's cool to see them on like Prada and in like big magazines and everything. It's just like it's a nice feeling that that caliber of publishing likes my photos.
And even like everyone, like just the fans in general, like they were circulating your photos like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I remember every time you would post like a new photo on Instagram, like it would be on TikTok, it'd be on Instagram, like everyone was like sharing it. Like
Yeah, I can't see them all because you guys are so quick. As soon as I post something, I get so many like reshare notifications and everything, and I try and engage with you guys as much as possible and see them, but I don't think I see them all, but I appreciate it.
of course.
I do have a question that isn't on the list.
Yeah.
I want to know about your editing process because I
hmm
love the way you make the photos so glowy and old Hollywood-esque. Like, I want to know your processing of whenever you snap that shot and you went to go edit it in its final form. What were you thinking and your inspiration behind that artistic ability?
Interesting. I feel like I've always edited like that. Glowy is a word I use a lot when I'm
Okay.
testing cameras. And creamy, I like creamy shadows. I don't like when they're too contrasty. I like when there's like sort of a nice fall off. I learned to edit in Bridge in high school, like Adobe Bridge, which I know
Okay.
is like a really unusual uh, program to use that's very comparable to Lightroom. But now I'm just used to the Bridge layout. It's sort of like Visco, like you can boost
Yes.
the
Okay.
blacks, and especially because Elvis and Priscilla had black hair, I didn't want it to be like a black hole on their head, so I tried to like bring the shadows up and put the black back in. And obviously with actors, it's nice because they all have nice face structure and know how to pose and everything, and in a way light themselves. So they kind of worked with me a little bit, and then I just try and make a glowy, creamy. I like milky colors. Like I like that. I don't know. I feel like I've always edited with that kind of aesthetic. Um, and it's just honed in as I've started developing more of a visual language. But yeah, I run it through Bridge, and then if there's anything I need to Photoshop, I'll put it in Photoshop. And then if I'm publishing like on social media, I'll usually run it through Visco so I can see it on the phone because it always looks so different when I move it from my
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
computer to my phone. So I try and make what people are seeing on their phone. I try and do that on my phone.
Okay. It's beautiful. It
Yeah.
looks
Thank
like
you.
heavenly. I see the pictures and you just see like it looks like an aura around Austin
Yeah.
and Priscilla and just they're beautiful. So I
Mhm.
just wanted to compliment you on that. I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, thank you.
It's like I feel like it just like takes you to another world, kind of like
Yeah.
even the photo of like the blue moon boys, like in front of like the sun sign. It's just like you just feel like you're like in it. Like I love it so much. Um,
Aw.
so we know that your mother was the cinematographer for the film. Do you ever take any inspiration from her in your work?
Yeah, absolutely. We always share things with each other. Like I don't think she ventures on Pinterest yet or Tumblr, but she looks at a lot of fun stuff on Instagram. We always send each other cool new photographers or like photo shoots that are really interesting to us. Uh, and we definitely share things. I think she's very beautiful in her aesthetic, and I think she really likes fashion and art direction as well. So I think growing up, I always liked sharing things with her, like photo books and everything. That obviously helped develop my aesthetic. But we don't really cross over that much with it. Sometimes I'll help her find references or I'll ask her questions about what I'm doing. But we both try and consciously not have me lean on her because she doesn't want it to look like it's her
Yeah.
doing something for me, or it's like not really my work or something. So she lets me, same with my films, like she doesn't film them for me or do anything like that because she wants it to be clear that it's coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Was it fun to like go to work with your mom though? Like
Yeah, it was. We're good friends.
Yeah.
My whole family's really close with each other. Uh, but yeah, we get along really well. So we'd go to work, we'd listen to a podcast if we had to get up at like 4 in the morning or something. And then we'd go to work and like on the ride home be having a chat about everything because it's kind of classroom vibes being on set. Like it's like you kind of get dropped in this array of people that you have to hang out with and you end up making friends with people you end up, like there's just like things to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like being at school a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'd come home and chat about it like the day, maybe listen to a podcast if we're super tired. And then we'd come home and watch some like good, bad reality TV and have like pasta and a glass of wine and do it all again the next day.
That sounds so much fun. It's like such good vibes. I love it so much. How long were you guys filming for? Was it like over a span of like a year or so?
Yeah, it was because we started in 2019
Mhm.
and then like right before like we obviously had a big break in the
Yes.
middle of
Mhm.
2020. So all up, I think it was like 2 years.
Wow.
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
Were
And
you
that
kind of
was,
like sad like when it ended? Like, oh no, like what
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Because the thing with film sets is it's such, like I was saying, it's like a classroom dynamic. And even if you have class with those people again in the future, it's different because the people are different and the mood is different. And sometimes people are more excited about the film than others. And this one, people were really excited to be working on it. So it was such a nice vibe. And the wrap party was like so sad to be like saying goodbye to it because it was fun and it was a good journey to have with people.
Feel like it's so interesting because like you wrap and then like obviously it takes a while for the film to be edited and then come in theaters and then once it comes in theaters you're like, "Oh, I'm back in the Elvis era." Like here we are doing
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
Like
Round
Yeah.
two.
and same
And
with
it's,
like award season too. Like I
mm,
know you went to the Oscars. How was that experience?
it was good. I feel so thankful that so many people got nominated because it was such a nice little reunion and they brought some of the people over, like Helen, who played his mom and everything. Uh, it was nice to see them again and have like friends at those events because those awards sometimes, especially being like a plus one, it's real handbag vibes. Like you're sort of in the back, people are talking to the people you're with, and it's like, how do I like, what do I do with my hands? Um, so it was nice to actually be like hanging out with friends again and like seeing them at parties and everything and be like, oh, I'll see you at the next one. And yeah, it was just everyone's in good spirits.
Was that your first award show that you had been to?
No, I'd never been with a nominee before because I was with my mom who was nominated, which was a very different experience. They really look after you and that. Otherwise, it's just sort of like being at like a party, a normal one. Um, so I had done that before, but never with a film. And it was nice being with a film.
Yeah, it just looks I love seeing everyone like from the film there and like obviously like the Oscars was like such a big night. Like let me tell you, Ruby, from a social media perspective, everyone in the Elvis community, like we were on live, like streaming it, like we were like everyone was on Instagram, everyone was on TikTok, like as updates were coming in, like everyone was posting. It was so cool. It was like a little like community watch party.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I was on
it felt
Snapchat
like
with a
that.
group of people watching it. Like that's how invested we were.
Like I remember like when the photos of you, your mom, and Baz like came out, I remember like posting that on TikTok and I was like, they're there.
Oh my God.
Like it
That's
was
so
so
funny.
fun. It was so fun.
My
S-
dress broke right before we hit the red carpet. My like
no.
strap popped off. So it
Oh
was like safety pinned for part of it and I like tucked it in. But I guess every time you hear people talking about awards shows, they're having wardrobe malfunction. So I
Oh
guess a
yeah.
strap, that was not that
it
bad.
wasn't the
Happens more
biggest thing.
often than you think.
Yeah.
You looked beautiful, by the way. I loved your
Oh, thank
dress.
you.
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you.
gorgeous. And that's so funny. Like, it's like you don't see that stuff on TV.
Mhm.
No one would have known your strap broke. Like,
No. And the Times in London, I don't know who they thought I was, but they accidentally put me on like the cover the next day for like the Oscar losers, and it's like me in front of Steven Spielberg and Colin Farrell and everything, and everyone's like, "What is this?" I was like, "I don't know." I, Oscar losers like the most flattering thing I've ever been called.
oh my goodness, that's crazy.
They called you an Oscar loser?
Yeah, it
Were
was
you
like what
even
I
not?
learned.
Were you nominated for something?
Nope.
Oh, I
I
was
think it
like,
was
huh?
I think it was like a mistaken identity thing.
That is wild. You're like, okay, well, I guess I'll take the title. I wasn't
I
even
know,
nominated.
right?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for telling us about that because that's so cool. It's something we don't ever get to hear about. It's like the award shows. Obviously, we watch them on TV, but we never get to know the background of it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's chaotic. It's everyone running around like
I'm sure.
stressed.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Was there like a lot of nerves that night? Like, was there a lot of nervous energy?
Yeah, and I think being a plus one too, it's sort of part of your job to kind of be like, it's okay, like just
Calm
be
everyone.
present. Because
Yeah.
you sort of, I feel like, not that I've been nominated for something like that, but I feel like when you're like anxious about things like that, you sort of like it turns into a buzz and you can't hear anything and you're not present. And it's sort of like you need to like be in the moment and
Yeah.
embrace the uncertain bit before, because that's the like Schrodinger's cat bit where it's like right now you've won and lost, so you may as well ride the wave.
Exactly, exactly. It's cool that you got to be that like kind of bright light for everyone because I can imagine what it's like literally in the moment. Like you need like to have someone you know like right there would be like so
Oh
calming.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and there's so many of us. It was nice grounding moment.
yeah. So we're about to get into fan questions, but
Yeah.
before we get into the actual questions, there were two questions that were asked so much, and I feel like people would be so mad at us if we did not ask this. So, what was it like to work with Austin, Baz, Tom? Like, everyone wants to know.
For me, for my part in the film, they're all quite into photography, especially Austin and Baz, photographers themselves. So for me, it was a really nice environment because they wanted to see what I was doing and it was like engaging. And they're all so nice, like very, there's no egos on set. Like they would talk to everyone the same, um, and pay attention to what you were talking about and everything. Like it wasn't like, so
Mhm.
sidetracked. Uh, so it was a really nice experience to be able to like take a photo and be like, oh, look at this. Like that was a good one. Like, and I'd be like, hold on, like let's do something like this. And everyone was really engaged with that part of it and felt like they were happy with that element. So I had a really good experience working with them. They're all so good at what they do, and Baz is so nice about including people and just like riffing and having fun and impromptu little shoots. So it was a really nice environment. I feel so honored that I was even allowed that space to play like that.
You ever have moments of watching Austin and where you like, that's literally Elvis? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah. And
just
I
watch
felt
him
like,
transform.
yes, and he was very much in character. And as we started getting further into the film and like I would know the angles that they wanted to cover, I'd know the faces and everything. And he was so committed to it. And then there'd be like a moment where he would laugh or something, and I could tell in the photo that was Austin laughing, not Elvis laughing. Like you could started to see the little mannerisms and be like, oh my God, like it's like we're in the room with Elvis right now. Like he nailed
Wow.
it. Even like the little hand things and everything.
Yes, the thing, like everything was like, oh, that's Elvis. Like
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
it's
Especially with your
crazy.
position too, you would pick up like the little mannerisms for sure. Cause you're having to look at him all day and like capture every move and stuff. So yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
saw it on a first-hand level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say your If I Can Dream video that you released was everything. Like
Oh
that was
wow.
the coolest thing to see, like from behind the scenes and like how like the floor, like it was mirrored. I was like, this is so amazing. Like So thank you for
Yeah.
releasing that.
You shook the
Yeah.
world when you released that video.
Yeah,
That was
you did.
buzzing in the Elvis community like it was hotcakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember shooting that and I thought the reflection was cool and it just framed better to be
Mhm.
a portrait. And I remember thinking, because TikTok was like kind of big back then, but not like as much of a platform as it is now. And I was like, oh, maybe like when they do like press, they might do like TikToks, and they kind of didn't really do that. So I just decided to post that one.
It was so good. And people want to know, like, do you plan to release any more videos, any more photos from Elvis?
Yeah. Yeah, I have so many. I'm so behind on my like social media lineup, and I've been doing like other photo shoots here I'd love to share as well that I'm really proud of, and I need to like get
Nice.
my ducks in a row to get my actual feed active again.
Yeah.
But I have so many. I have like a little album of my favorites, and there's some videos that I think are really fun and cute behind the scenes. That I know that I wasn't really leaning on videos, but I did video a lot of things. So and
Yes.
the response was really nice. So
Yeah.
I definitely share more. Definitely.
I was gonna say everyone definitely wants to see more videos.
Mhm.
So if you're questioning, just post it. We want Everyone wants to see anything you could give us. We'd want to see, honestly. So, do you ever? This was another question. Do you ever plan on releasing like maybe like a book of all the photos that you took?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I saw Hugh a couple months ago because I don't think we can like independently release something like that. I
Mhm.
think it has to go through the studio and everything. Um, and I saw him a couple months ago and he was talking about it as well. We're both super keen to, because we both like, do we hold back like our favorite stuff or do we share? But figure that if people like them, then it's fine to share them. But yeah, we're both so keen to do that. And I have heard whispers about it, but yeah, I'm
That would
hoping
be
that's,
so cool. Like I know a lot of people are like, I want a coffee table book of just like
Yeah.
yes,
all the Elvis photos. Like
I know. And I have little
beautiful.
ideas I'd love to like even as a closed coffee table book, how to make it something that you wouldn't like chuck
Yes.
on a shelf. Like I feel like
Yes.
having it out, I can like I have little things in my head where I was like, oh, this would be cute, this would be cute.
Well, hopefully one day it will happen because I know everyone would
I
jump on
know.
that. Really brave.
Yeah. I heard there might be like a gallery thing too, but I don't know. Because me, Baz, and Austin and my mom all shot on Leica, the camera brand. Like they were super involved with the film. So I think they might do something too. I'm not sure.
Be so cool. I feel like we're never gonna be out of our Elvis movie phase. So if anytime y'all want to bring something back in the coming years,
Oh
we'll
God.
welcome it with open
Oh
arms.
yeah,
So
completely.
I know. I'm never sure if it's like not like annoying, but you know, where it's like everyone's like, okay, you can let it rest or whatever. But every time I post, it seems like people really enjoy it.
yes.
It's
Yeah,
never gonna die.
it's never. Yeah. I can confirm for you, anytime, any way someone brings the Elvis movie back, like everyone just welcomes it with open arms because it's kind of like a running joke in the community. Like, oh, I want to go back to Elvis summer of 22 because it was like
Oh,
times were simpler back then. Like just when the Elvis movie was in theaters, you can go see it whenever you want, and all the hype was happening. So people want to see it.
Yep.
oh, good.
Okay, so we have those were actually a couple fan questions, but we have like three more fan questions for
Yeah.
you. And both Maddie H and Janetta want to know, what was your favorite memory on set?
Oh, I have to say the concerts were like fun. I don't know if I even have. Vegas was really fun because that felt like it was like like you see in the movie, that's like the peak energy. It's so
Yeah.
much fun. We got to like dress up to like shoot from the crowd. So that was really special to step into that and be able to play in the scene even.
What did you wear for that? Do you I love fashion, so like when they
Yeah.
dressed you, like what was your attire for that day?
I have a massive head, so I had to, and I had like very modern dyed blonde hair, but they had to like cover up and everything. So I had like the leftover wigs that were in like size extra large or something like that. Um, they weren't my best look. I won't be getting those haircuts anytime soon. Um, But they were fun for the outfit and everything. For the 70s, they had me in this little like bouffant flipped out bob and this orange dress and these really high heels. I had to like keep because I had to like jump up on stage and stand on chairs. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna twist my ankle. So I had my sneakers on the where I was sitting, and then I just switch shoes really quickly between the when we'd cut and then jump on stage and jump back down. And for the Rustwood concert, they had me in this like 50s wrap dress and the little they actually gave me shoes I could run around in for that one because there's like everyone the crowd's like going crazy and I didn't know the choreography of the stunts, so it's sort of like I'm trying to like walk and take photos but also be like if
Yeah.
I look like I'm standing in a bad place, please just shift me, don't run through me. So that was good. And they gave me like a bit of a Marilyn hairdo for that.
How fun. I would just love just to be there on set and dressed like the time era. You really
Yeah,
got the full experience those 2 days, huh?
I know. And lucky they're so careful about the costumes and everything because they're actually like cute.
Yes. It could have been a disaster or it could have been
Yeah,
really
it,
great.
it didn't look like a Halloween costume or anything.
Okay.
No.
So Giselle's wanting to know, what was your favorite picture you took on set of Elvis?
Oh, my favorite, I knew it as soon as I took it, was the one at the carnival that was like one of the last ones. I think it's like three back from, I don't know when this is getting released, but it's like I was inside the geek tent at the
Uh-huh.
carnival. That, by the way, that was like the most fun carnival I've ever been to. It wasn't even real. Like it was a set, and we were all like, "This is fun. Like this is
Were
a
the rides
cool."
functioning and everything?
The ones that you see people on were going. That,
Wow.
yeah, they were real. And then the little booths were obviously like they weren't quite a facade because they were pretty well done and had they were
Mhm.
pretty operational. Um, but yeah, I was inside the geek tent and he was looking in, and it was just like such a harmonious framing, and I loved what it looked like. And as soon as I showed him, he was like, "Oh my God, that looks like a painting." And I was like, "This
Yes.
is a really cool." I really liked that photo.
I know exactly which one you're talking
Same.
about. That one is beautiful.
Yeah.
I agree. And what was your favorite moment of Austin's to capture on set? That was
Oh,
by Abby.
yeah, I'm trying to think. On set, they're all so fun. Like I feel like when we were outside at Graceland was it's like one of those moments in the film that's like actually there's nothing stressful happening. There's no like undertone. It's a really like bright point in their life, and they were like posing. They were like playing football and everything, and
Yes.
playing, and then like posing for the camera. Like they're all kind of really having a good time with that while they were shooting. So that was a good day. It was really hot and just like summery, fun barbecue energy.
I
What a
love that.
dream. I can only imagine being like on that day and just hanging out and just having a good old time in front of Graceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Have you ever been to the actual Graceland?
No, I haven't. Only the fake one.
We gotta
They're
get you
really
there,
similar.
Ruby.
I
Yeah.
know.
Have you ever been to Memphis at all?
No, the only
Oh my
place I've
goodness.
been in the South is Georgia, and like years ago. So I'd love to pop down and go to, because I know there's like a really cool music scene and everything down there. It'd be really
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you should definitely visit Memphis and Graceland, the
Yeah.
actual real one. It'd be cool to go from like seeing it on set and working in hand to going to the actual Graceland and like seeing the differences. Because I'm sure you will be able to point them out.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Well, Ruby, that is all the questions we have for you today. Are you working on any new projects? This is kind of your time to plug whatever you want to plug.
I'm actually, a few of my friends from the film and I are all doing a little animated short at the moment. Um,
Oh,
Yeah, that's like Jack Flynn, who was the director's assistant, and the Splinter Unit DP's shooting it for us, and someone from the production office is producing it, and someone from the sound department's doing the score. So we're all working together now. It's meant to be done in February, but it's going to be like a children's horror. animated shot, like
That's
Corpse Bride,
cool.
Coraline style. And the assistant costume designers from Elvis did all these costumes for us that are so cute. We're getting the concept art in now because there's like a kind of monstrous character, like kind of ghost-like, that we're really stylizing, and their outfits are so cute, and all their hair and everything is so fun. And they're building the house right now. It almost looks like The Sims. They're building like a 3D version of it so we can have the characters walk around, and they're gonna flatten it to be it's
That's
going to be like
Wow.
into the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
yeah.
aesthetic
Okay, love
Oh,
that
and
that's
like
aesthetic.
really cool.
mid-century gothic. So I think it'll be cool.
I
Oh my
love
goodness.
that.
Is that planned to be
Yeah.
released anytime soon?
Yeah, we're going to premiere it in February and then hopefully do a festival run. But yeah,
Cool.
maybe I'll post a little sneak peek of the
Yeah.
Oh no,
characters
you
because they're
really
getting,
should. I want to see
Yeah.
what
they're
you're
so
talking about
cute.
now.
Well, guys,
Yeah,
like keep an eye out for that because I feel like people would love
yeah,
to see that. I know people love that whole like Coraline Corpse Bride like vibe. People love that, so I think that's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
Me too. And so there might be some, we haven't locked in. I don't want to like overspeak on this, but
Yeah.
some of the, you might recognize some of the voices from that movie too. They're helping us out. We've like really pulled like our friends to do a little side project. So
That is.
everyone does very good work. So I think
I
it'll be cute.
I'm excited. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you got me hyped for February now.
Yeah, I'm
I love
excited
it.
too.
So
Well,
what can people follow you on? What's your Instagram? Do you have a TikTok, anything like that? Or your
Yeah, my
website?
Instagram's my name, Ruby Bell. Um, my TikTok's my full name, Ruby Rose Bell. And I have Twitter. I try and check like most of them. I have Tumblr that's not super active anymore, but if you want to talk to me there, I can check my inbox and respond to people. I have a YouTube. I'm trying to like learn editing software and just like doing little mini 3-minute vlogs and cutting them and sharing them. It's nice for like my grandma likes seeing what I'm doing because she's in like rural Australia. And it's nice to like take her to New York or if I travel on a job to like get to show her another city.
Yeah.
Um, so I've got a few that I need to like finish cutting, but yeah, definitely YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I
I saw
love
you have
interacting with all of you guys.
I saw you have that broadcast channel. I'm in it and I really
Oh
like when
yeah.
you share all your like drawings in there.
Oh good. I always get so nervous about that one that it's like annoying because I think it comes through like a
Yeah.
direct message, right? And
Yeah.
then I
yeah.
never know if because some people message me and say they really like keeping
Mhm.
up with it, but then I always feel like it's like I'm talking to an empty room almost because no one can reply. I don't know why they didn't. I thought it was going to be like a big group chat where everyone
Yeah.
could, because
Yeah.
I can't even put like questions in there or anything.
I remember when you
But
first made it and you thought you were like, wait, I just realized no one can talk.
I know that was so embarrassing. Yeah, I love that little community though, and I try and make it. I like that you guys interact with me with like my Elvis talk, but also it's like my profile. Like it's not like
Yeah.
a fan page or anything. So I like it's so sweet that you guys like engage. I love drawing. I love like hair and makeup and clothes. So maybe I'll start using it a little more. I always get
Good.
like I don't know. I always feel like it's like annoying to people that I post in that. But yeah, I'm
No,
doing
you're
like a little
good.
Halloween drawing thing at the moment, so it's nice to like share those. And maybe I'll post a little sneak peek of the characters in that chat, so it can be a little. I'll do little like private little sneak peek stuff, so
Please
people
Yeah.
on the
do.
stories don't get everything. That is a little side channel.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, please do. We love it. It's not annoying at all. And you're right. It does come in as like a direct message. Like I remember like the first time I was like,
I was
um,
so
is
confused. I
Ruby
was like,
messaging me?
yeah. I was like, I'm special? Like, hello?
Oh,
And
I
then
wish it was like that.
I
It would have
know.
been so fun to have like a big group chat.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot to go through. I think Beyonce invited me to hers or something, and I was like, why is Beyonce messaging me? And I went to like try to type something and I couldn't, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Could you
I'm not
imagine?
sure why they don't. I mean, I guess there should be some, so it's not just like Beyonce is getting bombarded all the time. But you think
Yeah,
there's like a
no.
way to let people interact more than just like
Yeah.
I think I can only do polls and like sneak peeks and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'll try and utilize it a little more.
Definitely. Please
I'm so
do.
excited to
We
see.
love seeing all your work, so
Thank you. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much
it.
for joining us. Seriously, this was like such a treat to talk to you and just get to know you more past the Elvis movie and just like get to know
Yeah.
what you're into and what you love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely like one of the girlies. Like I love just chatting with the girls about whatever.
Yep. And that's exactly like what we wanted you to feel like on this. Like it's Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs is super chill. We talked to anyone who had a part in Elvis or anything to do with Elvis. And thank you for all your work on the Elvis movie. Seriously. Like I cannot express enough how special it is that you release all of your photos and like the work you put in. Like everyone really does see it and really loves it. So thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for embracing like my art, I guess. Big collaborative effort, but it's so nice to be able to share something in a way that people like receiving it.
We love it.
We do.
love it.
We do. Well, thank you so much again, Ruby and Cadillacs. As always, TCB.
And TLC, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
To connect with us, follow us on our socials at Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs on Instagram and TikTok.
And share your Elvis stories and experiences with us at elvisandthepinkcadillacs@gmail.com, and you may be featured in the next episode.
We'll see you next time, and for now, TCB
and TLC. Bye!
Bye!